13th of April 1990, enlisted in the Army as a 19 Delta Cavalry Scout. Over the course of the next 10 years, Master Sergeant Lanier spent his military career assigned to several cavalry squadrons stationed all over the world, with deployments to Operation Desert Shield, Desert Storm, as well as Operation Joint Endeavor in the war-torn countries of Bosnia and Herzegovina. After 1990, Master Sergeant Lanier volunteered for the Army Special Forces. After completing the assessment and selection process, he was assigned to the Q course. Upon completion that, he earned the coveted Green Beret and was assigned to 3rd Special Forces Group, Airborne. Over the next 13 years, Master Sergeant Lanier was deployed to Afghanistan 4 times, Iraq twice, and many other smaller and specialized missions spanning the globe. In 2007, Master Sergeant Lanier was assigned to 1st Special Warfare Training Group at Fort Bragg. And during this time in the 1st Special Warfare Training Group, he was assigned to our military's premier special operations gunfighting and urban warfare school, which is built at Range 37. Special Forces Advanced Reconnaissance Targeting and Exploitation Techniques course. And after his time as one of the 4 primary close quarter battle instructors and running the course's close quarter battle program, he was later chosen to become the non-commissioned officer in charge of the course and its facilities. In May of 2011, Master Sergeant Lanier retired from the military with 22.5 years of service. Along with being awarded the Legion of Merit, he's also awarded the Bronze Star, 13 Army Commendation Medals with Valor, and numerous other decorations and awards and medals. He currently resides with his wife and children in Rayford, North Carolina, and is an independent contractor with Ops Alliance, a company that specializes in training our military's most elite Special Forces units, preparing them for combat actions and other deployments.
Thank you so much, Jack Day, Mayor Joe Givens, citizens of Lanier, North Carolina. I certainly cannot tell you how much I'm thrilled and honored to be here to speak in front of you and for you today. Can everybody hear me back there in the back? As I look out at all who have gathered here to commemorate those who have served and who have fallen in the field of battle and service for our great country, I am very humbled by your presence. I would also like to convey to the city of Lanier that I am so very proud to have been asked to address all of you today on a day that I hold so very near and dear to my heart. Today is Memorial Day, a day set aside for us to remember and honor those service men and women who have made the ultimate sacrifice and given their lives in defense of this great nation. It is a price they have paid for which the living will never know, and for that, it is our responsibility to keep their memories alive and well in our hearts and souls. For to feel anything less is an injustice to their selfless service and commitment in which they gave their lives so valiantly. It is a day that we should stop and reflect for a moment and pay with sincere conviction our utmost respect to those who have fallen on the field of battle while giving every ounce of their being to protect and preserve the freedoms that each and every one of us enjoy on a day-to-day basis. War and conflict have run deep in our country's history. Make no mistake about it. Whether it has been on the battlefields of the Revolutionary and Civil Wars, the trenches of World War I, the beachheads in the European countryside of World War II, the frozen hills of Korea, the jungles of Vietnam, and to the deserts and mountains of the Middle East. For these are the reasons why we commemorate those who have sacrificed so much for our great country. 23 years ago, I started my career in the U.S. military, and at that time I did not fully understand the meaning of this day and how important it is in the lives of so many in our society. It wasn't until after Desert Storm that I started to fully understand the impact our military has had and will continue to have on the freedom and democracy we have enjoyed and are so accustomed to. Over the years, throughout my career, I've experienced many ups and downs professionally and have witnessed my country endure the same, as was evident on September 11th, 2001. On that day, as all of you are aware, our country was struck by terrorists who wanted nothing more to do than to cause the destruction of our republic, freedoms, and the values our great nation stands for. Ever since that day, our military, as it has so many times in the past, has rose to the challenge to root out as much evil as possible by extreme measures, while not forgetting to show compassion and respect to those who have been affected by no cause of their own, the tough times set forth by the global war on terror. Even though 9/11 is my generation, let us not forget our past generations' wars and conflicts to which so many military men and women have boldly given their service, and for some, their lives. It is because of those commitments that we as a nation and society, our service members, our gratitude and continued support and prayers, no matter what we see on television, hear in the news, or no matter where their path may lead to next. It is our responsibility to always support our servicemen and women at all times, for they are the reasons that we enjoy all our freedoms of life and enjoy a day such as today. I would like to read you a couple of quotes that I hold near and dear to my heart, and I think that will summarize exactly the meaning and definition of Memorial Day. This is a quote by a gentleman by the name of Robert G. Ingersoll. "These heroes are dead. They died for liberty. They died for us. They are at rest. They sleep in the land they made free, under the flag they rendered stainless, under the solemn pines, the sad hemlocks, and tearful willows, and the embracing vines. They sleep beneath the shadows of clouds, careless alike of sunshine or of storm, each in the windowless place of rest. Earth's roar of conflict, but yet they found serenity of death. I have one sentiment for the soldiers living and dead. Cheers for the living, tears for the dead." I would also like to quote John F. Kennedy. "The cost of freedom is high, but Americans have always paid it, and one path we shall never choose, and that is the path of surrender or submission." Once again, I would ask you today to take the time to give thought to our military service members and to say thank you to a soldier if that opportunity were to arise, for that will mean more to him or her than any medal, any award, or any other accolade that that person may receive. A simple thank you means more to them than anything in this world. And I would also ask you at some point in time today, if you haven't already done so, please sit silently and say a prayer for those men and women
Here he goes.
that paid the ultimate price, that are not here with us today. I would like to read you a soldier's prayer. "The soldier stood and faced his God, which must always come to pass. He hoped his shoes were shining just as brightly as his brass. Step forward now, you soldier. How shall I deal with you? Have you always turned the other cheek? To my church have you been true?" The soldier squared his shoulders and said, "No, Lord, I guess I ain't. Because those of us who carry guns can't always be a saint. I've had to work most Sundays, and at times my talk was tough. And sometimes I've been violent, because the streets are awfully tough. But I never took a penny that wasn't mine to keep, though I worked a lot of overtime when the bills just got too steep. And I never passed a cry for help, though at times I shook with fear. And sometimes, God forgive me, I've wept many tears. I know I don't deserve a place among the people here. They never wanted me around except to calm their fears. If you've a place for me here, Lord, it needn't be so grand. I never expected or had too much, but if you don't, I'll understand." There was a silence all around the throne where the saints had often trod. As the soldier waited quietly for the judgment of his God, "Step forward now, you soldier. Walk peacefully on heaven's streets. You've done your time in hell. Dedicated to all that serve, God bless America." In closing, I would like to thank all the veterans out there for your courageous and faithful service, for you have laid the foundation for my generation's success. For without the fruits of your labor, I would not be, as well as the other men that I have fought beside and women, we would not be the people that we are today. And again, I thank you, the generations before me. I would also like to thank my mother for her kind words of encouragement and tender, loving heart. My father, my best friend, who without him I wouldn't be the man I am today. And finally, for my beautiful and loving wife and children, who without their love and support, I could have not made it through all these years of service to my country. There's a good chance I might not have made it home. But again, with their unconditional love and support, I'm here today to speak to you, the citizens of Lanier, and I would like to say again, I am truly, truly thankful to have been bestowed this honor to stand here today and speak to you. Thank you very much.
There you go, celebration. I can. I'm